Prophet, baby. Back with another video. Bring a couple messages to y'all today, man. Hope you feeling that sense of joy, man. Remember this. It's going to show on the outside. You got to feel it on the inside, though. Keep your head up. Spirits up. And you drive. We already know how we do that. Throw it in drive. Sometimes we gotta go in overdrive. Sometimes we gotta go in reverse. Sometimes we gotta hit the brakes. Sometimes we gotta put signal lights on. Sometimes we gotta keep the headlights on. You know, some of us, we already programmed the headlights come on automatic, you know. Skid control. We can get comfortable, man, while we driving, bro. They show us that just through the vehicles, you know. Everything you see can be realities, man. It's how you thinking. It's how you thinking. It's not how we thinking. It's how you are thinking. And how I'm thinking, if that coincides, then that's how we thinking, you know. But until then, we have to understand that we thinking individually out here. I guess a lot of that is lost because of, you know, it's such a social world, you know. Miscommunication, misunderstanding. Like that's a norm. Like that's a norm. We all need to learn to get shared meanings, shared perceptions. That's why it's good to fill that knowledge bank up, man, with all kind of, you know, if not experiences, scenarios, you know, not the ones you play out in your head, like scenarios that we see, you know, through living. Our state of being, man, that's how, that's the way we think and feel. You know, that's what's going to create your state of being. If we looked at ourselves on an individual level, we probably would, if we detailed ourselves, you know, we probably would notice this pattern to us, this, I guess, memorized pattern, maybe? This memorized pattern that we have to us, like, so memorized to where we don't even, it's like we can't acknowledge it as, you know, being that. Because we so much a part of this world, however we perceive it, you know, within, that's the key. Perception is the key. We have to become big, stand taller, increase our auras, you know, increase ourselves as beings. Change should be, I'm going to say, the number one thing on everybody's mind at this point in time within the world. Our abilities to take something and like observe it and analyze it and use it to benefit us is an ability that most of us we don't practice, you know, but we all have that ability. You know, like it is extraordinary though if you think about it, you know, because computers analyze. Like that's what analyzes, you know, like that's how wise we are. You know, like we don't understand it because at that deeper level, because we don't know a lot of things, you know, as far as our brain go, how we process and, you know, what we actually take in and all this. But when we analyze it, man, it's so much. We thinking of one or two thoughts, but it's so many. It's such a volume of information that soups down to them one or two little things, man, we don't even acknowledge. It's a lot, you know. That ability, that's what allows us to connect to our higher self. I would say that ability to analyze and observe is, I would say that's the difference. That's the spot between our subconscious and our conscious, you know. That's how we connect, you know, to your higher self. All of your thoughts, all your ideas and these creations that come from source, you know. Like I told you about the last video before about the airplane. I mentioned something about the airplane. That's when they got those ideas, you know, those creative ideas. We're gonna say creative ideas because he's a creator. You know, like he don't stop. He don't stop. You know, we could look around, people making things every day, people thinking of things every day. You know, people actually don't understand. They grabbing these light codes and they putting things together for the betterment of humanity. But they don't know about light codes. You know, they don't know about grabbing these thoughts and these ideas and putting it with the knowledge and wisdom that they already have within, you know, and putting an image down that's going to change people. You know, they don't understand it at the deeper level, you know, but that's what it is. It's light codes, you know, anything that this information that allows you to create and change, like change for the betterment, you know, that's always light codes. All of these creations, though, it comes from the creator. It comes from the creator. And if we don't think like that, that's selfish. You know, that's not acknowledging this. That's not being thankful, you know, like, and we have to train ourselves to be these type of people, you know. It's mandatory. It's mandatory. Mandatory, woman-mandatory, you know, but either side you're on, but that's what it is. Give thanks, man. Give thanks. Because that's the energy from your creator. Definitely. We can't see them, you know. Think about if you could see ideas, you know, like just think about that. Think about that for a second. If you could just see ideas and understandings, and if all that was just float, you know, which it is in a sense, you know, it's energy. But just think if we could see it, you know what I mean? Like just think about that. How you know, the kind of realities we can create for ourselves. And Prophet will tell you this, yet and still we would still have people grabbing the wrong things, man. You know, just grabbing the wrong, just tarnishing their character still. You know, like we're not grabbing these meaningfuls, you know, like we grabbing these. We gonna grab fulfill instead of meaningful because we don't understand that we don't get fulfilled until we grab the meaningful things, you know, until we become meaningful, you know, to ourselves, to others. and actually awaken to know that, wow, I done sat down and thought about it, man, and I got this to contribute to people. I got this to contribute to the betterment of humanity. You know, they teach us about this mental health. The way the way that they've created this thought pattern within society, that's mental health. Like, that's mental health. You know, whoever listening, think how many emotions you done encountered just today, you know, just through your thoughts. Like, we don't feel them sometimes. You don't feel them sometimes, but it all affects your energy and everything. It affects everything, but we don't acknowledge it like that, you know. But think about that, how many emotions that you done felt so far today, or you think you would have by thinking of whatever, you know, because everything has it has an emotion with it. Whenever we change, that's when we have that willingness to repair the damages within ourselves. When we change, that's the willingness to repair the damages that we have within ourselves. And when we do that, the Creator, we unlock something. We unlock something that allows us to strengthen our spirit. And it strengthens your spirit and it humbles you at the same time. Like, at the same time. We all have these abilities and these times that we can step into and understand things on a deeper level. You know, I was talking to somebody today and I was telling them, I say, we've been looking at people our whole lives, you know. We be trying to figure people out, but we ain't never seen nobody just walking around and they got their heart outside of their body. You know, nobody. You know, like, just think about that. Oh, no, that's a bad heart. You know, like, no heart is bad. Humans gonna do that. How that heart get bad? How you get in that mood that you in? It's according to how we, okay, yeah, I encountered this, but what mood am I choosing to grab? What I'm grabbing? What mood I'm grabbing? I'm grabbing anger. I'm grabbing selfishness. I'm grabbing jealousy. I'm grabbing hatred. Which one I'm grabbing? Oh, I'm grabbing love. I'm grabbing understand what I'm doing. What's going to help me? Which one is going to help me first of all? You know? And we don't do that. You know? We are just something make us tick. Man, anything will make us tick because we don't think right. Anything will make us tick. You know? That's funny. Spirit say, anything make us tick. Hey, what that tick do? To the right, huh? To the right. We just gotta become better, man. We gotta be leaders, man. Think about if everybody was a leader, how that would be. You think we would have jealousy within that? Everybody man, look, when you wake up tomorrow, you could be a leader if you want to. You just have to choose to be. How you think that would work out? I think it'll work out good because leaders, think about our leader. Think about our leader. Man, you got free choice with anything and everything. Whether you, now if you choosing to let another person think for you, another person act for you, if you choosing to do that, give your free choice away, that's something that's something you chose to do. But I'm gonna tell you now, the society we live in, if you're giving your free choice away, people taking it because people take free stuff. You know, getting to this level of understanding, and betterment, and at the same time wanting that for the next person, wanting to help them get to that point, and not looking at no one no certain way. You know, the reason why we fall for these wrong emotions is because, you know, when we face with something, we just grabbing the emotion, you know, and it runs through us, and you got to understand is your blood is steady moving through you, you know, through your body. So these emotions, when they come, we just acting on them, you know, like we just keep on going with it. Like we not processed, we not stopped, we not, you know, we're not doing none of these things, man. We most of the time we just, it make me mad, we lashing, you know, make me happy, we smile, you know, like that's just these initial things that humans do, you know, just like you can put two people right there, and whichever one would be the highest in rank would be considered the smartest one in the eyes of society, you could say, you know. True, a lot of times, most cases, but fact, like all the time, no, you know, like, and I look at it like this: we are none smarter than the next person. I think that we just all have information that's all meant to piece a puzzle for us to understand how the earth works, how our society is supposed to work, how we work as humans, how brains function. Like all of these things are the mysteries of life, of you know, of this earth, of these cycles that we live. But back to that heart, you know, everybody's heart, if their heart was on the outside, you know, like, there's a reason it's in there. Because we're supposed to understand that everything is at a deeper level. You know, it's at a deeper level. Just because a person smiles don't mean they like you. You know, like it's all of these things just all comes together for us to, wow, you know, and just be better people where we, nothing get past us, you know, like we understand everything, you know, like how to perceive, how to respond, how to engage, you know, even disengage, you know when to, you know. And a big thing with us as humans is when disengagement, we don't have a problem with disengaging from people. When people disengage from us, that's when we want to think they acting funny, you know, like just whatever a human would think. And I say a human because it's individual, you know. One cup don't give the same explanation to 10 people, you know, like we talked about that already, you know. So like mindful, Prophet told y'all, I'm glad we coming into these times too, because when Prophet first said mine, I can go back and look at the video, I can feel that energy off of the, you know, like from them videos, you know, like how people mindful, you know, I'm mindful already. But like as times passed, like we wasn't as mindful as we thought we was, huh? Everybody, look, y'all raising your hand with Prophet now. Today is the day where we start admitting things. That's how we get better, you know. We don't open up the cloud. We ain't got no skeletons. I'm gonna tell you that now, cause they not gonna move. They not gonna move, man. They not. Like we got these demons in our closet, man. We got to open that closet, man, and cut the light on. And cut the light on. It's gonna scare us, cause you know what I mean. Like change scares some people. You know, it makes people fearful. And it's just because it's something other than what we comfortable with. You know, we just have to start getting the right perceptions of things. You know, some people might have not took it like that before prophet said it like that. You know, like some people might change their perception of it now. You know, that just since they heard a new one. You know, like, but when we get to this point where he can't tell me nothing, she can't tell, I ain't listening to him. Like, we'll say something silly like this: I'm not listening to him, he's still. Like, what that gotta do? Like, you know, something wrong up here because he not understanding that he don't have to still. You know, he have that same ability to go, you know, like, but it's not that they can't teach you nothing. That's just something that they have to fix within up there. But we all have that, you know, daily. Some of y'all done fixed stuff since we've been on this watching this video, you know. This duality, man. So we gotta understand everything, you know. The bad ain't the bad. The way we perceive bad ain't always bad. Just as the way we perceive good is not always good, you know. Change can be exciting, bro, if you embrace it and know that you're growing. The thing with that is that process, it seems hard because we just don't like to face these things that about ourselves. You know, we want people to think a certain way of us, but when we think the way of us, it bothers us, you know. But we happy when the other person thinks something, you know. But when we clutching to self, man, like that's hard to go through, you know. And it's called dark night of the soul. You know, it's a phase that you go through, but once you come out of it, you know, like it might linger for a second, but you grow out of it. You know, it passes. You know, think about it when you go give blood. You know, like it passing through you, but you let it out. You know, you let it out, put the seal on it, send it to the lab, man. Send it to the lab, man. But we supposed to be on change. We supposed to be on change. We supposed to be on humble. We supposed to be on, oh, okay, that makes sense too. Like, it don't have to be that makes sense. Like, we have to add the two to it, man, because make sense starts all kind of confusion with us. Your make sense ain't my make sense. So we don't coincide, and that's not so. That's not so. The way you make sense is you add it up. You put it together. Thank you, Spirit. You put it together just like that. You know, and we can evolve just like that. We can elevate just like that. How many of y'all ever got in the elevator and say, I'm gone? What floor you going on? -4. I'm going -4. And they going to 7 or 8, you know, like, oh. But do we perceive things like that? Oh, definitely. Humans do. Humans do. Higher selves never would. Never would. Because they know. Like that core, no. There's a difference between how you feel about something when you see it and how you truly feel about it at your core, because we just go on how when we see it. We don't go on that core feeling of ourselves, you know. We don't even get to that place of quietness to think about that long, you know. How you weather the storms that you encounter, that's going to determine the level of focus that you got, you know, like how you weather that. Because if we catching things, then we can fix them, and they don't, you know, and they're not there, then we correcting them, you know. But if ding 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 everywhere and we ain't fixing none of them, and it's ding 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 ding, sooner or later we just don't hear it. It's there, we just don't hear it, you know. Kind of like when you're sleeping and you got the fan on and, you know, all these different noises. We used to that. You know, everybody don't cut everything off, cut the TV when we go to sleep. We just used to that noise subconsciously. We just don't, that deeper level of understanding of it though, nah, we don't even get to them roads there. We like, those be closed, you know. We need to find our connection with everything. Our connection to everything, because we all have that connection to every single thing. You know, that oneness. Per se. All right. When you grab a broom, I'm looking at the broom. That's why that's coming to my mind. When you grab the broom and you sweep, clean up. That is, we just grabbing the broom and sweeping. But on that deeper level, like while you sweeping, think about this next time you sweeping. I'm actually using this thing for what it was made to do, what it's intended for. And think about you letting that broom live out its purpose, as opposed to throwing them outside, cutting them in half, trying to make a little thing to hang something on. Think about that. Just think. Prophet want to just leave you with that. Spirit, give me that to give to you, to understand that oneness. Think about when you sweeping and you he living it out. Like he living it out. Excuse me for a second. Yeah, he living it out. Okay, so that's a broom. So we don't look at it like that. That's our material items. That's the things we can't even take none of that with us, right? Okay, so when we understand that, when we grabbing that broom, like you in your higher purpose too, for your cleanliness. But like that broom ain't sitting down, just sitting there. That's what they made him for, to sweep. So we not acknowledging he living out his purpose, but he living out his purpose through you. Just like we live out our purpose through our Creator, man. Like that's simple physics and things, man, that we need to understand. And when we do, so everything that's material that you messing with, when you messing with that screwdriver and you putting that in that screw, know that that screwdriver living its purpose out. Like this is real life things, man. Like, cause everything has life. Everything has life, man. You know? Like, think about this. These people make these gardens, man. That's why them people get garden of the week, man. People pass and people smile, man. Them flowers bloom, man. Them flowers live out their purpose, man. You know, like they get to hear this. You don't know they hear. They get to hear this, man. Like, wow, that's a man. I ain't never seen. Like, man, we on some oneness. We ain't on the real oneness, but we on some oneness. You know, just that stagnant. You know, like basic level, man. Everything is deeper, man. Everything deeper, man. Prophet gonna leave you with that. Protect your energy. Protect yourself to and from. Watch your surroundings. Watch what you take in your ears. Watch what you give out your mouth. Help somebody if you can. Give somebody some words of encouragement if you can. Prophet wants you to contact me if you ever catch somebody where they walking and they got their heart outside their body, man. You got to go deeper, man. Everything, man. Don't just eat the French fry, man. Like, don't just eat the French fries. Check about the French fry. The fry might kill you. We don't know, man. Because at the surface, if it make you smile, we all right with it. Like, we good with it. We good with it. We like Prophet used to eat them cracklings all day. But that later result, catch it the next lifetime, man, them cracklings kill. You know, because we ain't acknowledging that, like, we selfish. We selfish. You know, we selfish. That's why you got to find your higher self, because we choose to walk separate than the right way. You know, I hope that was an analogy for somebody. Till next time, man. Love everybody, man. Sky Prophet. Peace out.